To Goblets and Gays. I'm Aubrey, your GM. I'll toss it to my players to introduce themselves, who they are, who they're playing, and we'll get on rolling into things.
Hi, I'm Maki. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Gravewing, the Nagaji Sylph vigilante monk / air cadeticist, who also uses she, her pronouns, and she is the party mom / strategist of the rebellion.
Hello. I'm Alyssa. My pronouns are they, them, and I play Laeth IV, the matricidal Dampier Dandy Rogue and Spy Master, who uses she, any pronouns.
Hello, I am Dusty. I use they, he pronouns, and I'm playing Eurideux. Just Eurideux still. They are our Nephilim, cursed boy of a problem. They are going to be the party in this rebellion's firebrand, and they also use they, he pronouns.
Hello, I am Farris. I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing Alouette, a totally normal Nephilim thaumaturge bard having a very normal and good time learning all about her way more cursed family. She also uses she, her pronouns and is the anathema partisan.
Hello, I am Sparlock, and both me and my character use he, him pronouns. I'm going by Alistair Whiskerfield, wizard detective extraordinaire, as heir to the fine distinguished family of wizard, mice, ratzards, Isoki arcanists. I swear I was always aware of it. I keep my whiskers to the ground to uncover the truth of the powers that be who subjugate us, by which I mean I'm our recruiter.
And hello, to round off the group, I am Tick. I have he, she, they pronouns, and today I'll be playing Nihil, a flesh warp sorcerer who is just a totally ordinary cook and quartermaster for the group, and definitely not a cannibal. Parentheses, he's a cannibal, but it's a dietary restriction, so don't be too mean to him.
What happened last time?
Well, first of all, it took me forever to unmute, but last time on Gaze and Goblets and the Tyrant of the Dark Star, we descended into the deep, deep lake and made our way to the bottom where there's supposed to be a little temple we're supposed to settle into. And then, surprise, zombies at the bottom of the ocean. Isn't that fun? They had weapons that were totally, definitely not covered in tetanus. And we had a very grueling fight, which was half of us couldn't really do much. And Mothmom just kind of came in swinging with every body part and proceeded to kick ass. And honestly, thank you, Mothmom, for not making me have to fight that fight. I was not prepared for it. None of my spells were good at this. But we got through the fight. Do any of us have any diseases? Hypothetically, that's not confirmed. At least one of us has a parasite, but that was here before this fight. And so after that, Kessie kind of swam by, and technically, since she now counts as a creature of the night, Laeth was able to say, "Hey, buddy," and Kessie was like, "Friend?" And she was like, "Yeah." And we were like, "Okay, bet." So we kind of felt some vibes out, and we followed Kessie into this little cave. And I think there is a guy in the Peter Griffin death pose that we have to save from a bunch of other guys, which means, honestly, we get to kill people, I get to have a nice snack, and no one needs to know. So, yeah, I'm ready to go fuck up some guys, you know?
Yeah.
I did not laugh. My sprite laughed. I did not laugh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, yeah, no. We're going to start off with rolling some initiative as, exiting out of the water, you weren't particularly quiet. And we're going to start off with one of the figures in the darkness. You all have been noticed. They are going to spend their first action to pull out a weapon. It looks to be some sort of throwing blade. And the first one is going to go at you, Lou.
Sure.
They spend their first action to pull out the weapon, second action to sort of run their fingers along the blade, doing something, and then third action, throwing it.
No, Lou, the only knife pervert you can be around is me.
You're at the other end of the lineup.
That is a 21.
Yeah, have fun. I don't have armor on right now, Aubrey. Just reminding you, we don't have armor, typically. We're just in our underwear. Getting shanked in an underwater cave.
Can you make me a fortitude save?
I can try.
DC 20, if that helps.
It does not. Okay. Am I getting tetanus? I rolled a 14.
Well, we're going to start off with 7 damage.
Okay, that's okay.
And then you are going to take 1d4 poison damage every round.
Okay, what's the first round?
It'll happen on your turn.
It's happening in a minute.
Yeah.
Like 30 seconds, so what's it gonna be? While I'm doing math.
Third action, yeah. It'll happen at the end of your turn.
Oh, okay. I won't do math yet.
Okay.
Okay.
But yes, now it will be your turn.
Oh, okay. Lou's gonna say, ow! And then is going to, which one just threw a knife at me?
It essentially is directly in front of you.
So that rock is clearly not actually in the way. Okay.
It's like waist high.
Not in the way. Gotcha.
Yes.
If they can hit me, I can hit them theoretically. So she's going to, we're going to start off with an exploit vulnerability here. I don't know why I expect anything from my dice anymore. Okay, that still should be decent because that's going to be 21. I think that's just barely enough.
Yes, that is.
Okay. Give me the weakness.
They do not have a weakness.
Yeah,
I'll also give you, they have no immunities and no resistances.
Good to know. Cool. Lou's gonna register that and is just gonna decide these people are sneaky and hiding. She's here to make a lot of noise, and that's gonna be the personal antithesis. It's just her making a ton of noise. Thaumaturgy at its weirdest. And then she's gonna ring her bell and chuck a card. So that's gonna be it's gonna, oh, I don't even have to. It's gonna be a dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
Uh-huh.
Dirty 20 will hit.
Woo! Okay, and then that's gonna be, I don't remember the damage is, so I'm gonna ask this thing to roll it. Except that's not the whole damage. Whatever it rolls is only half of it. Because, okay, so 12, and then plus my exploit vulnerability, so that's gonna be plus 4 plus my empowerment, which is gonna be another plus 2, so plus 6, so that's gonna be 12 plus 6 is 18?
20.
20, it is 20. Panic for a minute, sorry. 20 damage with a wicked paper cut.
Mm-hmm. And as you do it, and you can hear, and you draw this thing's blood, the chamber does fill with this sort of acrid, spoiled blood smell.
Get fucked, Nihil.
Yeah, I think she's gonna. You know what? I don't think it smells that bad to her. Not as bad as it might have smelled a few weeks ago. Okay, I'm gonna throw another card. Oh, I got really excited and then remembered math is not tough. I don't think this one's gonna hit because it's the exact same number I rolled last time, but minus 5, I assume.
5. Yeah.
So that's only gonna be at 15.
Yeah, 15 is not going to hit.
That's okay. I didn't expect it to.
They're ready for the second attack and nimbly dodge out of the way.
I just call them both back.
Poison. Yes, you're going to take 3 poison damage.
Okay.
And give me another fortitude save.
Okay. Ooh, that might be okay. That's going to be a 23?
23, 24 succeeds. You shake off the poison. Probably take a second to just sort of rub whatever area it was, try to get any of the poison away from any open wounds.
I think the wound that was where the cut was, there's a push of feathers that pushes out of the wound itself and then just shed to the ground.
Yeah. Works. And then we move on to one of these other people in these. It's hard to see in sort of the lack of, there's only this bioluminescent fungus on the ceiling. They are wearing these robes. You will see them a little bit better in just 1 second. They tap their staff and they say some words of power, and they spend their first 2 actions to cast light on their staff, which will illuminate all of them. And you see a contingent of the Holy Blood. It's very obvious with their uniforms. And you see 2 of these people who look to be lamplighters. They are both wearing... they have the symbol of the Warden on their robes. And so for this first 2 actions, cast light, you see 2 of these, you see 3 of these people in sort of these tight-fitting leathers, clearly used to be able to move quickly and attack quickly, and 1 person with a giant fuck-off hammer. And last action is going to be to move, spread out a little bit, and we'll come to another assassin. Yeah. So they're going to spend their first action to move 25 feet, sort of putting them in a diagonal with Lou, who's the only one who's attacked so far. And second action, pull out one of their throwing knives, and third action, throw the throwing knife. For a 25.
That'll hit.
Yep, not a crit.
No. Close
But
up.
because they didn't have an action to poison it, you're not going to have to deal with that. You're just going to take 8 piercing damage. Next up is Alistair.
Yes. So just for a little bit of context, we're just coming out of the water, right? As we enter this cavern and see them. Are we coming out from deep water? Are we wading in from a distance? How deep is the water that I'm currently in?
Everyone else, it's kind of less than a foot, so it's you have waded up. Essentially, you swam down an underground tunnel, and sort of the area it gets shallower as it moves to the shore. So you're able to get to a point where you're able to stand, and it's not considered difficult terrain or underwater, so you don't have to worry about underwater rules.
Yep. Just depends on whether or not I want like how badly I want to move, which I'm like a foot of water that's like, waist high to me. So I'm wanting to move. I will move forward. I see a little patch of ground that I can stand up on a little bit better and shake my fur out. And I see this guy that just made himself a big target and has magic. Is he the guy like straight ahead of me, or the guy a little more to the right?
A little more to the left, I guess. Well,
I'm a piano teacher. I know how to reverse. It's definitely to the right. Your left, his left, my right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to take a look at him, and I am going to devise a stratagem. A 13 on my D20. Yeah. Yeah, I'll go with that. Until I see better. So I will use my third action. Oh, wait, that's free action. Because he's part of the thing. So that was free action. So move, free action, devise a stratagem. I will go ahead and use that stratagem to strike with my crossbow. Take a shot at him. There we go. So that looks like 8 damage, which is not all that much for 3 dice. Oh, I got a 1, a 3, and a 4.
But yes, you hit, and it does take the damage. And that'll bring us to Gravewing.
I have just enough. Y'all are so fucked. Okay. So I have just enough movement speed to actually do one action to kind of stride up to the assassin that first hit Lou. Fairly certain it's this one. So I'm gonna just gonna do my first little thing to get me all the way here, right in front of it. Oh, that's so scary. I knew there was a bitch there. Nice and front and personal. That's my first action. I also want to openly state that I'm still in the dragon stance because I have not left the serpentine form. I'm big long snake. I see that they're holy blood. I start hissing because you put me in front of my ops. It's time. Like, we're gonna throw some hands.
Yeah. Throw hands.
So let's flurry of blows this assassin. And if I land any, I will probably stun. Was a stunning strike?
Yeah.
Them as well. First attack is dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will hit.
And the next attack is natural 20.
That will also hit.
That's why I decided to flip you off for no reason. Sorry. But yeah, the natural 20 is technically 25. Do I still have the thing? I still... Does your thing still work? Lou, you gave me like that... It's a one-time? Okay. Yeah. Okay, just wanted to double check that, so...
Yeah. Your card is I See Stars. This one is a take or not, because it's normal damage, but they are dazzled until healed.
What does dazzle do again?
It means anything, all of their allies and enemies are considered concealed from them, so they have to pass a DC 5 flat check to even attack things. Or interact with things, or say if they're healing somebody.
Okay. And if I don't take it, is it still normal damage?
If you don't take it, it's double damage.
Double damage.
But you don't get it. You don't get like a card effect.
I'll take it.
All right.
Yeah, because this one can make ranged attacks, so that might be a little bit better.
Oh yeah. So yeah, just normal damage twice.
Normal damage twice. Okay.
Yeah, both attacks will do normal damage, but this one will be considered dazzled, which is pretty good.
And I'm also doing the stun, so I think you need to. You gotta make a fortitude save, right?
Fortitude save, yeah.
Yeah. My class DC is.
I think they're getting stunned. That's an 8.
I think my class DC is like a 19. I have to check again later. The first damage should be 10 points of damage on the first hit, and the second one will be also, it's just regular damage because I took the card. 13 points of damage for the second hit.
All right.
They're bludgeoning. And it looks like this bitch is stunned, right?
Yes, they will be stunned. Stunned one.
How do they look? Because I have one more action.
They don't look great.
They don't look
between
great.
you and Leo, I dealt some pretty good hits.
I am going to actually use my Wayfinder, because my Wayfinder has a stone in it. It's a Dusty Rose Prism, and I'm pretty sure it lets me shield or something.
Yes. Yes, you can use that to cast shield.
Yeah. So you're going to see one of the many things that Gravewing put in her mouth. We have established off camera that she used one of the potions on us. That means we had time to take out the things in her throat pocket. The only reason why I'm establishing this all out loud is because technically the only way to empty the throat pocket is to spit everything out. So I don't want to do that again because that takes like an action. I'm just going to say while I already did that prior, I kept the Wayfinder out this time around, maybe like on
in the titty.
In the titties, yeah, in the titties. I was literally grabbing my own, thinking, where else could I put the boobies? And yeah, just so yeah, pull out the Wayfinder and kind of just. I always think of the Wayfinder as actually like a compact, low-key. And so we're just going to open it like compact, and there's a pretty little pink rock. And I just like touch the pink rock. Like imagine if it were a button, but it doesn't move. And then I get covered in this really nice pink light because shield is in effect.
Plus 1 to your AC, and you've got the shield block reaction.
Mm-hmm. A very long-winded way of doing all of that.
And that'll bring us to Laeth.
Yeah, Laeth is still pretty damaged from that last fight, despite getting patched up a bit by Eurideux. So she is going to not run to the enemies around Gravewing, but instead to the assassin at the side, who also hit Lou, so that's a bonus. I am going to feint with my dagger, sort of pretend to stab, and then hit them with my dagger, hopefully. So it's against their perception DC, and that is a 21.
Yes, that is going to succeed.
Okay, great. And as she does that, she will sort of step to the side of them, because I get a free step and I might as well. And actually, she was here. She'll step to the side of them. And then go in for a blow that is cocked. 28.
28 will hit. And do you count as... Do they count as off guard to you?
Yes, they do.
Then it's a crit.
Yeah, because of the feint. That is a whopping 12 damage to them.
Hey.
That will be my turn.
Damage is damage. And we come to the hunter with the big fuck off hammer. For his first action, he's going to slam the hammer down onto the ground, and you watch as sort of the ground cracks a little bit underneath it. And he says, "Let none of them stand," and is spending an action to rally all of his allies. And so all of them will gain status bonuses to their attack and damage rolls. Its second action will step up to you, Gravewing, and is going to swing the maul at you. And that is a 27 to hit. Max damage of 17 bludgeoning damage as this hammer just cracks down on you.
Good to know that their max damage is 17.
For this attack, yeah.
For this attack, yeah, for a hammer.
And that'll end their turn as, they square off against you. You're not really in uniform, so...
I am a giant snake.
Yeah. I don't think... Does Gravewing often go out as the snake?
On and off. It really is just, you might have seen it, you might not have. Kind of vibe.
There's a chance. There's a chance that these people know who they're up against. You're unsure.
Yeah.
And that'll bring us to Yuri.
The ones that are visibly lamplighters. First action, because we're no longer underwater. Eurideux, with a quick practice, swipe against her hand, is going to use my Crimson Right to light my Tyrant ablaze. And then I'm going to sudden charge. This one right here. So I'm just move all the way right over there. We roll that attack. I need a good dice. You know what? Fuck it. We Rick roll. We use a hero point.
You've been let down.
It literally says down on the number. All right. That's much better. That is, let's see. Weapons. Tyrant. That is going to be a 22.
A 22?
Yes.
A 22 will hit.
Hell yeah. So, Yuri charges with the Tyrant. It is ablaze. So they're going to be taking 2d8 plus 6 plus 2. 17 slashing, I believe. Yeah.
17 damage total.
Yeah.
Alright, they are still standing.
I spit at them. That's my turn.
It is now their turn.
Yeah, fuck you.
And they are going to spend their first action to cast this spell at you. They reach out a hand, and it's got this sort of ring with this sort of long, sort of pointed edge on it. And they are going to... and as they do, they scratch it along your skin, and I need you to make a fortitude save as they cast Spider Sting at you.
That is going to be a 23.
23, you will succeed, so you will not get poisoned, but you will take half damage. You'll take 2 piercing damage. They have this shield on one of their other arms. They're spending their last action to raise their shield.
And as they're doing that, I'm saying, sorry, I left my boot up there so you can't look it.
And that will bring us to the final assassin who has not gone yet. Seeing Laeth corner in on their ally, they're going to spend their first action to move, putting Laeth in flank. And so they pull out a kukri. They've got a kukri in one hand, and they're going to stab you with that. Well, so they're going to move. They're going to poison the kukri with one action and then stab you. For a 19.
I will dodge, nimble dodge right out of the way.
Then you're good. That is their entire turn as, you nimbly dodge their attack. And that'll bring us to Nihil.
So I'm not very happy at the fact that someone is flanking Laeth. Laeth's all right, but honestly, they're within 30 feet now, so I can do what I wanted to do. I was just kind of watching and waiting. It's like, is someone going to move within 30 feet? Like, oh my god, I hope one of you moves within 30 feet. That'd be so cute of you. Has it been 10 minutes since our last fight, give or take?
It's been 20 minutes.
Perfect, thank you. That is fantastic, dare I say. So for my first 2 actions, I would like to cast a 2nd level ink shot at the guy who is flanking Laeth, and that is a spell attack from my end. That is a 25 to hit.
25 will hit.
So they'll take 11 damage, and also they're dazzled for 1 round.
Mm-hmm.
And for my 3rd action, I'm going to do that spicy little shield spell, because I think I'm going to need it. As a treat.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I'm not moving.
Right.
I'm just chilling in the puddle here, you know?
So it is, now we're back to the top of the round with round 2, and it's the first assassins to go, the one that Gravewing just kind of brought absolute hell down on. And they are kind of rubbing at their eyes, just trying to not be dazzled anymore. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. And they lose their first action for being stunned. So they are just going to wildly take 2 kukri attacks at Gravewing. So the first attack is a dirty 20, and the second attack is a 15.
Neither hit.
Okay, yeah. They're telegraphing their attacks far too much, mostly because they can't see for shit. And that'll bring us to Lou.
Okay. Is the hunter in the way of the first assassin?
Yes.
Blast.
They're standing directly in front.
And Gravewing's tall now, so she's also in the way. Okay. I'm going to... well, Lou's probably gonna, be very taken aback once she realizes who we're fighting. Specific, like the lamplighters especially are gonna catch her off guard. And she's gonna have some internal deliberation, but clearly our lives are in danger, and people she cares about are in danger, so can't do nothing. So she's gonna move. Maybe we're just gonna hit the hunter instead. No, our 2 heaviest hitters are over there, so I changed my mind. I'm not running anywhere. I'm staying put because I can reach the assassin flanking Laeth from here. And I'm going to just move, re-exploit this particular assassin. Yeah, that should do it. That's going to be a 26 to exploit them.
Yeah, that is going to be a success.
Okay. I think that she's gonna have a weird moment of just she's struggling a lot mentally right now, and I think just out of instinct she's going to trace a symbol of the Star Mother, and that's the personal antithesis here. Even though arguably these people are theoretically also worshippers of the Star Mother, but we can resolve that later. And she's gonna chuck a card. Hang on. Yeah. Okay. No, get in the tray. Oh, that's not a good roll. That won't do anything. I don't think a 16 hits, right?
The 16 will not hit.
I didn't think so.
You have a hero point.
I do have a hero point. Feels kind of early to use it, but you know what? Screw it. Let's do it. We're gonna do it. Okay, mark that one down as no go. Oh, try again. That's worse. Cool. Awesome. Great. Cool. That's a natural 3. Okay, we're gonna just use our third action to try again, but worse this time. Yeah, worse this time. Okay, that's only gonna be a 15. So, yeah, she's just really frazzled by fighting people that she's been taught her entire life that you do not ever oppose ever. And she just misses every throw. Heart's not in it.
Okay, and that's your turn, so we'll find ourselves with another one of the Lamplighters. This one looks over and sees all of the attacks coming from the back line.
No, you don't.
Nihil.
No, you don't. Yeah.
This priest, this lamplighter, looks at you and says, "Be gone, abomination." And I'm going to need a will save as they cast fear.
I don't know why I was expecting the crisis of religion thing that
Be
Gru
gone!
used to do. I miss Grun, guys. Grun could have 1v1'd and also died.
That is
it
a
would've been
19? Question mark?
It is a failure.
Damn. Okay.
You are now frightened 2.
Does the distracted cacophony have to trigger before or after the result?
Is that for?
It's ringing. It's a bell ring. It's a bell ring. Is the bell ring against spells specifically? It just says the trigger is a spell. It doesn't say when it actually goes off.
If a target is casting a spell, I think it would go off before the spell goes off.
Okay. Can I do that?
Sure.
I need a fortitude save. I don't know if it'll actually change anything that Nihil's going through, but it might change things in the future.
That is a 16.
That shouldn't work because that's class DC. Class DC is 20 right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that is a failure.
Be stupefied 1 until the end of your next turn.
Right, and I'll roll a.
Hang on. The target doesn't have to attempt a flat check to avoid losing the triggering spell, but the discordant ring does lower the spell attack roll from stupefied.
It's not a spell attack.
Oh, or spell DC. It does both.
Nihil would not have succeeded anyways.
Okay.
19? Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Aubrey's like, no, you're gonna be a pussy. I'm like, yeah, that's fair. I am a pussy.
The DC was 21s.
Rude.
It would move. Oh yeah. You still.
It would move it down to a 20.
You're closer though.
Yeah. Is that, and they're gonna spend their last action to raise their shield. Alright, and then we come to one of the assassins' turn, one of the ones that are facing off with Laeth. They are going to spend their first action to feint against you.
DC 19.
That's a 30.
What the fuck? Okay. So I am off guard until against all melee attacks. That's fun.
And they are going to follow that up with a kukri attack. And that is a 25.
That is a hit, almost a crit.
And that is going to be 14 damage as they stab you with the kukri. They look like they're going high, but they go low. They get you right in the gut.
I'm at 4 out of 34 health.
And they're just going to follow it up with one more hit.
They don't gotta.
This is
Use
22.
my reaction too soon. Wait.
Do you want to use the hero card?
Yeah, I do actually. Roll it again.
Yeah.
Snake bite.
It was initially a 22, and then with the disadvantage from that hero card, it makes it a 10.
Woo!
Hell yeah.
I think Lou just sees the first attack hit really hard, and like doesn't even like register the second attack is happening. She just throws that snakebite card and it just knocks the blade off course.
Yeah, and that is going to be their entire turn, which will bring us to Alistair.
All right. Sorry, I was just thinking about options because I see my friend over there is having trouble. And there is not much I can do to help them out. Actually, I might check out that one later. I'm just mentally going over the spells. I'm like, nope, shooting them is the best option. So I am going to target. What's the red mark on them?
That is they're being rallied by the hunter. It's an ability they have.
Yeah, so I'm going to actually target the one that is coming up and hasn't hit my friend yet. And I will devise a stratagem. Let's see what I roll. That is a 9. I think that will hit. Nope. I will, yeah, I will use that against my designated target. Figure out how my keyboard works. There we go. All right. And so that is against this guy. Wow. I am like really rolling badly. That is 9 damage on 2d8 and a d6. That is impressive. And I foresee bad things happening. So with my third action, I will actually take out my lesser healing potion.
That might be a good idea. We're down to single-digit health on some people.
Yep. And that will be my turn.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna bring us to Gravewing.
Okay. Before I do anything, I want to specify that all of my attacks have non-lethal on them. Okay.
You can't choose them to be lethal.
I know I can. I just want to openly state before people be like, yeah, well, you kill all the time. Actually, I haven't killed a single living person since season 1, episode 1. I'm gonna flurry of blows the hunter specifically, so the one with the big hammer, to whittle him down some more. But because the lamplighters are within my vicinity, I will freely just kind of spit out, "You are all a stain to her name." Then I'm gonna fuck up the guy in front of me. So flurry of blows, it'll be stunning strikes as well. Anything to fuck up an op. I'll just roll a 1 by 1, actually. Let's roll a 1 by 1, because I'm scared to see what will happen. Okay, I'm going to use a hero point for one of them, because I know it can be better. Okay, that is better. 21 for the first hit.
21 for the first hit. You going after the person you hit before?
Yes, the Holy Blood Hunter.
The hunter? The hunter,
yes.
Yeah, it will hit.
Hit the hunter. The flurry of blows is full. The second hit is 22.
22. Both hits will. Both attacks will hit. I rolled Fortitude, got a 29.
29. Yeah, that's gonna.
Yeah,
that'll save.
This guy's beefy.
I had a feeling, but I was like, let's just try. Either way, he's still gonna take fat damage, unless I fuck up. But I'm just gonna Next, after I roll, I'm just gonna like take these dice out so that way I know exactly which my d10s are. I just don't ever remember what they look like. Okay. The first hit is 13 points of bludgeoning. 14 points of bludgeoning again. Just in case I have mystical strikes, so they count as magical. Just in case. So that was like what? 27 bludgeoning total to the hunter. Fuck you, I'll do 10 more. I'll do 10 more your damage, like out of spite. I will use my second action to regular hit. I'm gonna bite at the one that's dazzled. Because I do have a bite attack. And that one, yeah, and I'll have a +2 to it because agile. Okay. 29? No, sorry, that's regular. What the fuck am I talking about? 21? Sorry, I was like down
21
for a
will
second.
hit.
21, yeah. I rolled a 90 on the die and I forgot things existed. My bad.
Theoretically, fangs are lethal or non-lethal, but it seems pretty lethal.
They're non-lethal. I'll keep smacking it, yeah. Because I want, full disclosure, I'm a professional. I want to leave motherfuckers to question, and whether they answer our questions or not, I would like the opportunity to do that. And then afterwards, we can do other things. Yes, I know we only need one, but the rest of you guys are fighting other things too, so I'm gonna keep my bitches alive on the off chance that Yuri bloodlusts and kills everything here, maybe even me.
I only bloodlust if I'm transformed.
Considering that you're transgender. No, I'm sorry.
Is that the rest of your turn?
Nope, I have to do my damage, but I did roll max. So, 11 piercing.
Yep. How do you non-lethally with your fangs take out this assassin?
I deal some good blows to the guy, to the hunter, and then the assassin is beside, who's a little dazzled. And after I kind of deal my blows, I kind of push myself up with my tail, so that way I can get a little bit more height and also a little bit more power into the bite. And I bite hard on their like shoulder area. And kind of, when I'm in this snake form, I kind of feel more into it. I have a lot more power in my body, and I have a lot more I'm properly proportioned. Gravewing looks like the tallest short person like ever. Like the body proportions are a little whack. They look like he look like the dwarves in Dragon Age Origins, specifically, where they're too tall. Their body is too long, but their legs are too short. That's kind of how I picture Gravewing's body a lot. But in snake form, everything feels actually correctly proportionate. Like, yeah, for a half snake, half humanoid person, this looks correct. So, like, it feels almost natural for her to bite down and with her whole body pick this bitch up and throw them kind of away unconsciously, because, again, non-lethal.
Unconscious into the water. It's fine.
They're out of the way. They're out of the
Like a
way.
foot deep, it's fine. You know, just toss them onto a rock.
You only need a few inches to drown.
Yeah. Just oh no, and then with my tip part of the tail, you can just slowly turn their head to face the water and drown. No, that's not what's happening. That's not what's happening. Don't get excited. I have one more action. My Yuri, stop. My action. My third action is I need to activate shield again because I didn't use it last time. I think I have to do that.
Yeah, you have to do an action.
Yeah.
And then once you've, if you use the reaction, you have to wait 10 minutes.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna reactivate it so that way I have the bonuses again.
Laeth.
Hi. So I would like to start by stabbing the one who I had stabbed last turn, who is still off guard to me, who is also the one who got me pretty good. That is a 13-23 to hit. This guy.
A 23 hits.
Okay, cool. That is 9 damage.
9
Wait,
damage.
10. Sorry, 10. I have a plus
10.
1 strength. 10 damage.
Yep, they're still standing.
I will attempt. How are they looking?
They are approaching bloodied.
Oof, a doof. Seeing that they're not great, or rather, they are pretty great, and I am not, I am just gonna go ahead and let me make sure I actually have this feat. Yeah. Instead of continuing to 1v2 them, just gonna run on over to our little unconscious friend. And I will drop to my knees. And do they have what they look like?
So they're a little hard to tell their full proportions. They're kind of like laying on their stomach. They seem to be humanoid sized, probably human-ish ancestry. They have this sort of thick, sort of dark hair that's kind of messily sort of pooled. It kind of looks like braids, but not like any kind of braids you've maybe have ever seen before. They're wearing sort of this very long dark jacket, and you kind of see their hands. And it seems it's hard to tell because it's a little muted because they're currently laying down, face down, but it seems like they're glowing slightly.
Does glowing indicate anything? Like, I'm just like, magic? We haven't seen any glowing undead, right?
You haven't.
They got a great skincare routine, you know?
And they're just lying there. They're not restrained, it doesn't look like.
They look covered in something you're guessing is their blood. It doesn't appear to look like blood. It's more darker. And it seems like they were given a pretty bad knock, and you can kind of see defensive wounds on their hands and places where it looks like maybe they were restrained.
Does darker blood imply undeadness in any sort of direct way?
If you want to give me
I have undead lore. I also have gossip lore.
An undead lore works.
21?
21? No, not usually. And you like one of the gloves, kind of like it appears to be some kind of oil.
Interesting. I think Laeth is going to hiss at this corpse. Please don't be a dampier. And will attempt to use the healer's glove to do a healing touch.
Mm-hmm.
To attempt to help res them. So that is 14 hit points, which is 14. A healing vitality effect.
Healing vitality, yeah. As you do, there is instant change in this figure, and their hair also starts to sort of glow with sort of this orangish light. As they sort of twitch and start moving, and they sort of let out something that sounds like a groan of pain. They not their turn, but I'll add them into initiative.
Yeah, I think that Laeth is sort of seeing them start to like rise, is just whispering, like chanting almost, "We're on your side, we're on your side. There are a lot of holy blood around, we're on your side."
Add them in. They're not doing great, but they're here.
They're doing better than me.
And that'll bring us to the Holy Blood Hunter. And Gravewing, you notice this hunter is wearing this sort of like collar around his neck that sort of seems to appear to have all of these spikes and things like that that go in, and as with a free action, he sort of shrugs his shoulder and activates it. And you watch as one of these needles pierce his skin and inject him with something. And you watch as free action drops the hammer and he starts getting larger and more hulking. Kind of the coat rips and you see the hands turn into claws and they bear down on you. And that's where we're going to end this episode.
Oh no.
Take us out.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to another wonderful episode of Goblins and Gays. If you like what we do here, feel free to follow us on Blue Sky, on Instagram, on Patreon, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. If you want me to make another silly video about theorizing stuff, this time I want to see if Aubrey will let me sit everyone down and talk about what monsters I think from the monster manual would be the best cook in character. I think that would be pretty cool. So if you want to do that, support us. And then Aubrey will be like, "Hey, Tick, you got to do that." I'm like, "Hell yeah, I'm going to kidnap you guys now." So remember, stay safe, eat your friends, and support us on Patreon for all sorts of amazing content. Hey, I'm just saying, if they're really your friends, let's keep them nibble out of their flesh, you know?
All these demons always surround me in this red light. It calls me, he is reaching out, consuming. Tyrant of the dark star, where's my love? Won't hold this heart. Daylight is a distant dream, non facta est lumine. Just on from this hope ever fleeting, dark wells with my heart keeps on beating. Take my hand, we must face it again. Yes, terrible sun knocks. Acta Deus Nunquam Morta Triamus Talent Apsis Omen. Acta Deus Nunquam Morta Lia Falunt Apsis Omen. Tyrant